Welcome into the D-Event Center on the campus of Weber State University, the site of the 2023 5A quarterfinals and the state tournament. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart with you, and a fun matchup, a region rematch, a Game 3. And we got a lot of these this week.
Yeah, we do.
Game 3, Lehi and Orem. Coach Quincy Lewis, his first game. His first game back on this floor since the Richens 3, his last game at Lone Peak. I'm getting it out of the way now because I'm going to play.
It's not quite baseball season. We're doing hand signals here, and I don't know if I'm supposed to steal second or
it's the fourth
if I'm
time.
punting. I'm
Is
not
that what you're saying?
quite
It's the
certain
fourth
what's
time?
happening.
He says the fourth game?
Welcome into the D-Event Center, Weber State University.
Did we restart that? Vince, I'm going to restart it. Hold on. Welcome into the D-Event Center on the campus.
Can we
of Weber State
edit that
University.
out?
Dusty Litster and Dave Stewart. Let's first start with Lehi. You saw them not that long ago.
Yeah.
And this is a team, Cooper Lewis, I mean, he's their banner player, but there's a lot of guys on this team that makes it go.
Well, it is the characterization of a team, right? I mean, Cooper Lewis, yeah, he's the headliner, but Easton Hawkins, Braxton Hawkins, Preston Varner, Grayson Brousseau, like there's so many guys that it's like, well, who's going to step up today? And you don't know because they got 7 or 8 of them. They can go drop double figures on you, and they play really tough defense. This is going to be a really interesting ball game if Orem can keep their postseason momentum going.
Yep. As Spencer Anderson then works that ball inside. This is Grayson Brousseau. Grayson gets Wesley off his feet, misses it, goes back up, no. And Grayson lost that ball out of bounds, and it will be Orem basketball.
Well, tell you what, I love the inside presence by the freshman Kai Wesley. Certainly giving up some pounds inside, but boy, he played tough there, able to help peel that the other way.
If you're going to play against dad and uncles,
yeah, you
better
bring it.
He'll be ready for Grayson Brousseau as far as the physicality goes. Although Grayson's got beat up by his brother for a long time. Oh, that 3 goes in and out the board and put back there for Asher Young.
Yeah, Young's been a problem. He's had a really good postseason and season. Yeah. Junior.
A bunch of multiple sport guys on the floor, and LR3 and Asher Young, amongst others. Felici, I believe, was also on the football team. I believe. Here's Hawkins. And of course, Hawkins going to have a whole contingency supporting us here as the North America program whenever Hawkins on the floor. Our friends up in Alberta, Raymond, Alberta, joining us as Varner can't get that to go. Is the board here to Orem and down the floor with the Golden Tigers.
Well, that's a nice experience play. You get a little late bump. We're not reaching. We're not contacting. It's just enough. Kind of get Brousseau a little bit of momentum falling away. That shot coming up short.
The high-low into Wesley. The ball slapped away. Taken now on the run with Anderson. And there's the foul going to be given up by Chance Dastrup. As his dad got way more mentions in the our bracketology video than he probably was ready for. But when your name's the same, it just happens.
Look, I get it. I prop up Danes like you wouldn't believe. So,
not very many Dustys out there.
Yeah.
There's me, Dusty Rhodes, now Dusty Dastrup. Is on the drive and take and make there for Braxton Hawkins.
There's also, I don't remember the last name, but the great Dusty in Days of Thunder.
Yeah, I don't remember his last name either, but I like that.
Yeah.
More than Dusty in Pure Country. George Strait.
Yeah, I don't know that one, but I'll trust you.
On the drive is Anthony Felici, and he draws the foul. Going to put Felici, I believe, at the line for 2 free throws as the foul goes to Brousseau. Our officials today, Sean Morris, Mark Stevens, and Skylar Dalton.
First team foul. Shooting 2 shots, Anthony Felici.
And the free throw good. Coach Jace Tavita took over for Perry Wildeboer, and I want to apologize. We kept saying Perry. I hadn't realized Perry had left. And then Jace, of course, was a point guard at Brighton, went to the University of Utah and a couple other places. And good to see him back in the state of Utah coaching basketball.
Tell you what, he's going to give Trey Smith a run for his money. He's got full suit over there. He's looking sharp.
And the ones in the Orem colorway as a 3 goes for Cooper Lewis.
Yeah, well, welcome in. Welcome to the quarterfinal. Cooper Lewis. Done that all year.
Made you feel older before about Jordy Barnes? I don't think Cooper was born at our first state tournament.
Well, they're actually the same age. They're both juniors.
Oh, they're both juniors. So, yeah, he was a baby. But I think Lone Peak made it that year as that one goes. for Lance Reynolds, the third. And congratulations to Lance Reynolds Jr. as Cooper Lewis back rams the 3. But Lance Reynolds Jr., the new head football coach, is down the lane, goes Felici, and throws it down and gives a flex, and it's a 3-point Orem lead.
You think Orem is nervous about the moment? Oh, what a play.
And Wesley knocks it off of the foot. I don't know if we're going to have a look at this here.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'll get it back in hand here.
That kid's a freshman.
You see his. As the nephew of McKelly and Ty. And his father, Tika. I believe I got them all right. As that ball goes in the corner, drop it now into Kai.
Can you imagine Orem Timpview in the semifinal?
I feel like football. As Asher Young can't get the putback to go. Anderson.
Feels like most sports we cover, right?
Well, it could be Orem Timpview or Orem Lehi in the double overtime football championship game.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Timpview Lehi.
And I'm not cheering for Orem. I mean, yeah, Timpview Lehi, that's no slouch of its own. Anyway.
Is either way, there'd be
it's going to be a great semi.
Pretty good heat on the floor.
Yeah.
And, of course, these two, I saw some football highlights go out this week, matter of fact. The game at Lehi, we had a football player at Orem trying to share his highlights throughout the year. Felici down the left side. Forced it up. No call on that contact. Quickly down the floor comes Anderson. Crosses over down the lane and gets it to go. Good job at Dastrup and not drawing the foul. So 1-point game. I know I saw Quincy Lewis back in December, and I asked him about this team. He said, I like what you have. He goes, I am very excited about this team and what they can be. He thought that they would get better as the year's gone, and they've certainly proven that to be true.
Well, and some of their early losses are because they're playing out-of-state teams, right? And they have not lost a lot of in-state games. So
those out-of-state teams learned that this Lehi team would just come back.
Make it work, yeah.
Yeah. As they were trying to get a little pick and roll there to Wesley, the ball goes out of bounds, and we'll go back to Lehi. Of course, Quincy Lewis, the legendary head coach at Lone Peak, won many multiples of championships, including a national championship. Was a assistant for Dave Rose as Varner leaves that one for Brousseau. Crawls that one up and in. And before that was an assistant at UVSC. But he is in the Hall of Fame at Wagner University on the Staten Island. Or is it the Long Island? That's what it is, on the Long Island.
The Long Island.
Short there from Felici. And here comes Cooper on the push. And also a legendary player at Timpview, as he was blocked there, but now the foul first. I believe this might go on Asher Young. We'll see. No, it goes on Felici. A lot of times you get that on the trail guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Properly called there.
Shooting 2 shots will be Cooper Lewis for the Pioneers.
His father was a longtime coach at Timpview. Coached a family member of mine, Cooper. Of Doug and Mike Henstrom played basketball at Timpview. My wife's uncles. And the free throw's good for Cooper.
So they had a life before hanging signs on Timpview Way? Or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my father-in-law that hung
Timpview
Drive. Yeah, my father-in-law hung
Timpview
Drive. Yeah.
I always love that story. So anyway.
He's very proud of that, even if he wasn't on student council. As the 3 was good for Felici. And we're tied at 11.
Good start for another freshman on this Orem roster.
So what you're telling me is that Jace Tavita has some youth to grow.
Yeah, he's got a, I guess you could say, a foundation in place.
Cooper Lewis, so good. Last year as a sophomore, it was like, just look out for this kid. Just look out for this kid. And that's what he was like, you like Quincy too much. I'm like, just trust me, this kid's going to get good. So he knocks that one down, and it's a 13-11 game here for Lehi. Outside with Trey Hyatt. Drop it inside. Trey still looking, sends it back out to Dastrup, 12 on the shot clock. try to fit that inside, and Wesley had that one poked out of bounds there by Lewis, and we'll keep it here. I want to thank coaches Josh Margetts and Jason Workman for joining us earlier. Amy Dorier going to be coming up here pretty soon in the girls' games as Lewis knocks that back. 4 on the shot clock. 3, Wesley with 1. Force it up, no, and the board taken by Lehi. Now on the push with Cooper Lewis.
This Lehi defense starting to tighten up.
3 on the way from Varner is short. Asher Young battling for the board, taken by Dastrup. Man, I can't believe it's been 15 years since Jace Tavita and Millsap, Now I forget which Millsap it was. It was on the team with Jace here at Weber State University. We called their playoff games. Coach Lyndon Johnson was the head coach of the Brighton Bengals in. Find that ball inside, and it's a layup for Trey Hyatt.
Was it Peterman? No, I don't remember. Yeah, that's crazy. That's
unreal,
that's
right?
Crazy. Of course, Coach Johnson, last known to be coaching football at Ben
Lyndon?
Lomond. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, I guess I do remember that when she said that. As Varner left that one short. All staying alive. The putback won't go. Rebound taken away by Dastrup. Dastrup fouled on the run. And this foul, I believe, will go to Cooper Lewis.
Yeah.
It'll be the second team foul on the Pioneers as Bromley will come on. Brousseau comes back, and also Anderson as Varner, Hawkins, and Lewis will come off the floor.
Into the Lehi 11, number 33, Brousseau, number 3, Bromley, and number 5.
So 35 seconds left. There's about a second difference in game clock and shot clock. And an evenly played first quarter. Outside with Dastrup. Dastrup skip over. That's a tough pass, and Valesi comes away with it. Man, he and Roger Sanliaponga should be teaming up on the football field next year for Lance Reynolds II. Valesi sent back out to Dastrup. 5 on the shot clock. Dastrup give it up along the baseline. Asher Young to Wesley, who lays it up and in. And the first bucket, I believe, for the freshman. Oh, that shot goes!
Yeah, it was.
But it does not count. And we don't have it. We apologize about that. Preston Intern's going to turn the camera over to Vince. As we go to the second quarter, Orem 15, Lehi 13. You're watching the 5A quarterfinals on KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships.
Okay. Yun ako pala mag-zoom active sa pag-zoom na di kung ginudala.
Start of the second quarter, Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. As Kai Wesley gives Tika Wesley, like I said, I was a dad. Wow, how about that? Let's mess that up there. As let's send that ball back up top to Falesi.
That's Kai.
It is Kai. Okay, I thought I was right. The official roster has it Tika. That's his dad. But try to fit that along the baseline in the hands of Asher Young. And Young with 2 seconds left on the clock gets that one. It's a 4-point Orem lead.
It could just be a proper name versus name he goes by.
Yeah, it could be. But it goes by his middle name.
Roster I have says Kai.
Okay.
So
yeah. So you want to know a crazy thing?
Yes.
The greatest shot that you and I did not call in this building was from Orem. As there's a traveling violation. And we mentioned this a million times in our first year broadcasting together. Tanner Lamb against I believe it's American Fork on this floor of the 4A state tournament from about the Big Sky logo to win. You remember showing that over and over and over again? Because we did that game at Orem and American Fork, and we kept showing that shot.
I don't remember that shot.
It wasn't to win. It was to send it to overtime.
Yeah, I don't remember that shot.
But we didn't.
I'm sure it happened.
We showed it. We didn't call it. We showed it. Yeah,
I know.
MC and Rufus.
Yeah, we were working the game in production, right?
It was the year before we started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the
That's why I don't remember the
05 tournament. We kept showing through the 05, 06.
But I don't remember. I don't know.
Yeah, because our first 4A, 5A state tournament was at the E-Center.
I've deleted a lot of that stuff, so.
Rousseau misses that, the rebound taken.
I have a couple digital copies just to keep Dusty honest on things, right? It's good.
Oh,
it's
please
good.
don't. There he goes, LR3, blocked away by Anderson, no call. He wanted to call on the contact there on the jackknife move. And I actually like the no call because there's no real shot on this rim here. Mama Reynolds might disagree with me. That's okay. The inbound into Asher. Sent back out, Falesi for three, and got it. And how about the skills of Anthony Falesi?
Well, he's shown up.
Or Falesi.
He's been good early. I've got him with 9.
And how about these Orem Tigers? A 7-point lead on Lehi. Send out Hawkins. Short on the triple and the rebound to Asher Young.
Challenges, Pioneers don't encounter many Tigers on their treks.
Lance Reynolds, third, misses on the corner triple. Quickly the other way, Anderson. And now the foul going to give up there from Asher Young. Be the fourth team foul on the Tigers. Number 1 on Asher. Outside with Lewis. Cooper down the lane, left hand, and got it to go. And Lehi knows, and I know if Cooper can get going, it's going to steady this team at a 5-point deficit or a lead now for Orem.
Yeah, I think Orem knows that too, right?
I think
you don't want to let number 1 find his rhythm.
Falesi misses on that one. Rebound to Lewis. Cooper comes off the screen of Brousseau. Back to Grayson, straight away for 3. No. Rebound tipped out by Anderson to Cooper Lewis. A deep 3. No. And the rebound cleared by Asher Young. So missed opportunities there for the Pioneers. There's Dastrup. Send to the angle. The 3 on the way from Young is good. And the triple there, and a timeout on the floor. Chase Tavitas pumped up, and he should be. Tigers with an 8-point lead, 23-15, 5:09 left in the half. Dane, an impressive start here from Orem.
They're not playing like a 14 seed. I mean, my goodness, it's been impressive. I think they're a 14 seed. I got my seeds all messed up in my mind, but my goodness, I mean, we talk about Asher Young, 8 points for him, 9 for Falesi. Talk about not being intimidated by the moment. They certainly have not been. Been a great start. And really, Lewis has 9, but you've limited Lehi to just 15 points in the first 11 minutes.
Can I remind you, if you got a missionary, it's almost mission call open season. If you got a missionary who's going to be ready to open their mission call, but Modern Missionary, get them outfitted. Go to Modern Missionary's website. Go register there, and you'll get a free shirt and washable tie.
14. The small things, you know.
You heard that on the Blink 182 play yesterday. Is on the baseline, send to the corner. Braxton Hawkins. Back rims the 3. Falesi on the run out. Falesi trying to find that to Reynolds, poked away from behind. Here comes Cooper Lewis.
Yeah, good support there by Spencer Anderson, able to help win that back.
Cooper, nice find. Anderson does not go. And the rebound cleared by Dastrup. Take that one in the chest and count the bucket for Lance Reynolds III.
Yeah, I thought that was a good call. Late getting back. I love Orem pushing it. You see that late slide there by Easton. I didn't think he was there.
And they say in his habitual shooting motion, not on the gather, and gives him the bucket. So the starting quarterback of the Orem Golden Tiger football team go to the line. And lane violation on Wesley. So
No, they called a foul.
Oh, they called a foul on Wesley.
Foul on the play, number 23.
Well, we took Preston off.
His first personal.
We took Preston off the camera, put him on replay, so he didn't have it. So
I just don't even know what to do with him anymore. Maybe we can throw him on stats. You can't mess that up.
we'll
right?
put him on Twitter. He's being in charge of Twitter. Cooper says that back up to Hawkins. Hawkins over to Cooper Lewis. And if you want to be an intern with us, we'll turn you to Jerem and Kenzie.
It's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
We treat you really well.
Oh, there's the rip and the run out here for Dasher. Please it for Felici. Can't get the go. Gets his own rebound. And we will have a foul on the floor. I think this is going to go to Hawkins.
Well, I thought Felici might have been caught a little by surprise on that. I actually like it because you have a great opportunity to trail. You can get an easier finish there. I thought it looked like maybe caught him a bit by surprise.
How about Orem threatening to go up 12, maybe 13?
I tell you, they don't look like the thickest lineup, but man, they play physical. They're tough.
They're tough and they're long. I mean,
yeah.
We mentioned Wesley, just a freshman. And his family's got all kinds of good. You have a kid named Steeler. I mean, I don't love it, but I like the kid, and he's going to be an amazing football player.
Kind of an old school UCLA jersey look to it as well, which I'm all about.
All for it. And on the drive, Dastrup tried to get the call, did not get it. Wesley with the board and put back.
Double-digit lead on Lehi. My goodness.
Unreal. I mean, this is extremely impressive, what we're seeing from Orem. They're leading with, both of us have Lehi in our bracketology. We took Lehi to the championship game. One of us had them winning it. As that ball goes off the hands of Anderson, and we will go back to Orem as their defense has just got Lehi out of sorts.
Unsettled. Yeah, I was going to say unsettled. And I'm like, well, they're not unsettled. It's just not jiving right now.
Yeah.
It's not meshing. And you can tell, I mean, that's a play that they normally make, but it's just been off key.
Yeah.
There you go, off key,
I like
huh?
that. Yeah. Little pitchy.
Yeah.
Little pitchy. As Dastrup pulls for the deep three, no, and the rebound to Hawkins. Dropped. Backside. They had the easy two. There it is. Grayson Brousseau. There's just that moment. Like, we don't cheer for teams. We want kids to play well.
And that's where some of us like, look, just trust it, right? Just trust it. It's okay.
Yeah.
You've been down before. This isn't the end of it. It's all right. We got time. We got possessions. We're okay.
Felici going to send it back out to Asher Young, and he went right for connective tissue. We talked about the old UCLA uniforms. Being at Weber State and UCLA uniforms color scheme. Ben Howland, the former head coach UCLA, Weber State alum.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Someone's going to tweet and say, well, he coached at Weber State. There's their clock violation. But there's connective tissue, Ben Howland to Weber State. I believe he's an alum. Very positive.
Wow.
Put that 98%.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. People would watch Rotten Tomatoes 98%. You can trust us at 98%. I feel pretty good about it.
Let's just check the old Google, huh?
I'll get nervous here. All right. 2 minutes left in the half.
The only reason I check is because I trust you.
Thank you.
I just want our viewers to know that, yeah, it's 98%, you know. Like.
Grayson working on Wesley. No. Rebound on the backside. And we're going to have a foul. And it'll go on Dastrup. Take another look at it.
Here you go. All right. Fact check, Dusty time. He played and graduated from the Weber State University.
Knew it. Remember hearing that somewhere.
Yeah. Started at Santa Barbara Community College, transferred to Weber State, graduated here in phys ed, and played here for 3 years.
Man, I feel better.
Look at that.
I feel good. There's a three doesn't go, rebounded by Orem, and the Tigers threatening to go up 12 or 13 with 1:15 left on a rolling clock in the first half. As Reynolds goes up top to Hyatt. Trey over to Dastrup. And now a foul, a control foul here on Lehi. As that foul will be charged to the Pioneers, number 13, Tanner Cook. That's the 5th team foul on the Pioneers. They have one to give. As a timeout taken by Jace Tavita. And we'll take it with them. 1:03 left in the half. We'll be right back. You're watching the 5A quarterfinals.
Okay. Yun ako lang ang zoom akit ng tayo kapag sito na nabiyala ang ginodala.
1:03 left in the half. Dusty Lidster, Dane Stewart with you. It's always presented by Heidemann and Associates. Go to utah.law, find the law office nearest you, and because you're mostly probably from Utah County, down the River Bottoms is the headquarters of Heidemann Associates flat rate law firm. Go to utah.law. Outside with Dastrup, 23 on the shot clock. Reynolds with pressure there from Hawkins. Reynolds drives, leaves it for Wesley, hangs and hits.
I'll tell you, I mean, we talk about Lehi plays very unselfish offense. Orem has been very unselfish offense. It's been so well orchestrated.
Well, and you see why this team's gotten better as the year's gone, as they're so young in key places. Send out the three, not there for Lewis, rebound to Wesley.
I mean, here's the crazy thing. You think about all the players coming back in 5A next year. Olympus, Alta, Lehi, add Orem to the mix. Timpview, I mean, it's just like, oh my gosh.
Did Orem stay 5A or did they drop down to 4A?
Oh, I think they dropped. Yeah, I forgot about realignment.
3 seconds. 2, Dastrup to the corner. We're going to travel first. And even what adds some salt to the wound, Asher Young rattles home the corner 3. So take that away. 9/10 of a second left.
Yeah, Orem drops to Region 8 and 4A.
And there's a shot at the horn. Won't go. We go to the break. It is Orem with an impressive first 2 quarters. Tigers 29, Pioneers 17. You're watching the 5A quarterfinals on KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships.
Bring your books to the head table. Earlier today in quarterfinal.
Start of the second half, Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart with you. And Dane, man, I don't know if there's 2 quarters that could have gone any better for Orem than those 2 quarters went for Orem, as Wesley went for the foul, and it is a bucket for Brousseau.
And that's where I think Lehi really has to get back to. Just 1 of 9 from beyond the arc in the first half was Lehi. They just shot 30% from the floor, 7 of 23. Rebounding was decisive for Orem, 18-10. This game playing right into the hands of how the Tigers like to play. And if you're trying to get back in your rhythm, I like going right inside your big men, trying to get that ball at the rim and get back, get some easy points.
So come back the other way, finds Reynolds, sends back out the 3 from Asher Young, off the mark, and Wesley going to get the rebound and extend maybe the possession. Felici able to get it back out, so now reset, 27 on the shot clock. On the drive, that ball stripped away. Now on the run with Cooper Lewis. Into the corner, Braxton Hawkins. Off on the 3 and the rebound.
It's now 1 of 10, right? I mean, it just hasn't been there today from long range for Lehi.
Young drives at Brousseau, hangs and hits. You see the talent here for Orem. It's, we didn't get to see them a whole lot. Actually, I didn't get to see them at all this year. Of all the teams we got to see, it's impressive.
Yeah.
And they got athletes at every spot.
Yeah, it is. And, I mean, it kind of makes you wonder, how'd you lose the games you lost, right?
Right. The youth and inexperience, I suppose you chalk it up to that. As Felici sends that ball to the corner to Dastrup.
Well, right now, Lehi's asking, where's that youth and inexperience, for crying out loud?
Jeez. Sends that into Felici. Felici, kiss it off the window. And the roll continues here for Orem.
I mean, they say kids grow up quickly, but not that quickly.
In this day and age, absolutely. To Lewis. Drop it into Brousseau. And Brousseau waiting for the foul call. A little delayed action. And Cooper, or you can see Quincy is a little fired up. It's not, he gets fiery, but not usually like that. I think he's that irritated. But I think he's just the frustration of everything at the moment.
Dusty was kind of tempting fate, continuing to talk about the last time he was here was Viewmont. I mean, like, he's been walking that line all week long, and
inadvertent horn. Inadvertent horn there. I think everyone kind of paused for a second.
Yeah.
So bucket there. It's a 12-point game. Bring it for context, you know. Believe you know this. I would never do anything that would potentially hurt the relationship with Quincy Lewis. However, I can be honest. Is on the drive. Felici can't get that one to go. The rebound to Brousseau.
And this is more about getting just back to execution for Lehi. You don't need a bunch of threes, right? Just get in, run your set, get the right look, the good look.
Cooper hits the 3.
Like I said, just let Cooper shoot the 3 ball. Like, it's really just the second made 3 today. Man, you talk about a junior stepping up, big moment. There you go.
A full timeout on the floor. We'll take it to 5:02 left in the third. Pioneers trying to make a run.
Okay. Yun ang malawagan sa akin. Sa pagsit, nanabi, ang inodala.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Welcome back in. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart. As here comes Orem. Leading by 9, but the push here from Lehi as they go inside to Hyatt, back up top to Asher Young. Over on the angle to Felici. Lance Reynolds the third. Send that one to Felici along the baseline. Goes at Brousseau. Float it and score it. Brousseau hits the deck, doesn't get the whistle. We'll get a chance to look at that maybe the next dead ball, but thought a good no call. 3 on the way from Lewis, goes in and out. Brousseau tied up with Wesley, and we're going to have a foul on the floor here to Kai Wesley as we get to see that last bucket.
I mean, I think he might be there. It's hard to tell when he gets to that spot because it's kind of blocked.
That was close.
It was.
Cooper on the drive. Couldn't get it over. Well, got it over. Wesley couldn't get it to go. Now back down the floor with Orem. As we mentioned, super impressed with what we've seen from this young Orem team. And it's been a multiple guys. Here's Wesley, baseline jumper, got it. Rattles it home for the freshman. And if he's this good now, I mean, this is Brandon Davies' territory. Remember, we saw Brandon as a freshman.
Right.
Remember that battle with him in this building against, was it Stone? They ended up going to Utah State. It was Scotty versus Provo. Maybe it might have been the year you were peddling ice cream with Schwann's as Brousseau shuffles his feet.
Peddling ice cream with Schwann's. I was an assistant manager, I'll have you know. I drive a Dodge Stratus. You know the reference?
Dodge Stratus. That sounded right, but I can't think of it.
So there's an old Will Ferrell SNL skit where he's an assistant manager over 37 people, and he drives a Dodge Stratus. Wow.
And a traveling violation, and you remember the contact is.
I thought you very well could have called a charge on that one.
Yeah, I think.
Right?
Would you rather have the charge or the travel?
Well, I think if you're Quincy, it's like, where's the foul? Like, Can we tax him on here? Like,
would put him at 3. Well, that's good. I thought maybe you'd go with the Sebring, but Hawkins off on the 3, rebound to Braxton Hawkins.
No, I don't.
Lewis got that one to drop.
I don't drive a convertible in this climate. It's not practical.
Is that what I was thinking? That's my car. There's an 11-point lead here for Orem. And it's like, hey, well, who'd you go to? Well, there's so many guys. They go a little high-low. Trey Hyatt can't get it. Rebound to Lewis. Now the foul to Felici. That's going to be the 3rd team foul on the Tigers.
Substitution for the Pioneers, number 13.
What's the comfortable range going into the 4th? Is it 7, 8?
Yeah, you want double. I want to think you want single digits, right? If you're Lehi.
Well, I'm just thinking you probably want less than that. The way that this half has gone, or the way the game has gone, and the 3-point shooting. So I was kind of thinking 7, maybe.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 possessions as Easton Hawkins rims out the 3. Varner with the board, sends back out. He's going to pull on another. And just couldn't get it to go. Rebound Felici quickly ahead to Wesley. Kai to the rim, and he's fouled. That'll put him at the line for 2 free throws.
You know, that's one where I don't mind that first 3, but you get an offensive rebound. It's like, all right, now you got to get points, right? And you take another 3 on what's been, again, a tough shooting afternoon. Just hard. Right now, Lehi is not able to convert at a high enough rate, and Orem's making them pay on the other end.
As Wesley goes to the line. Conley's the first. And we talk about the development of this young man. It's going to be so much fun to watch. And he's got good players to learn from. Uncles and dad all played collegiately.
Plus, he has us talking about his game. I mean, what more, you know?
We got a Vineyard connection to La Chaminade community. As Wesley back rims the second. Quickly on the run. As Lehi keeping within striking distance of it has been controlled by Orem. As Hawkins terminates, send up top to Brousseau. Grayson hands back to Lewis. 18 on the shot clock, 2. And a rebound to Asher Young.
Everything's just contested. I mean, it's just contesting shots, contesting boards.
just so impressed with what Jace DeVita has been able to do with this team and the way they're executing at this level. I mean, it's been really, really impressive. They go beat Woods Cross, and now to potential, and have Lehi on the ropes. I mean, you're just seeing where this team's going to continue to get better.
And we talk about teams that they get to the big stage, and there's maybe some shock and awe. That hasn't been here today. It's like, no, we're focused. It's just a basketball game, and we're going to go take it to them. And that's been what's happened.
Yeah, because so often it's the shock and awe leads to shockingly awful. And that shot will not go, and the rebound taken by Lewis. Cooper drives at Young, gets the foul and the bucket.
And that's a crafty play by a multi-year starter who knows he's got to get his team going.
And what's more impressive, he's not even wearing his own shoes. We mentioned this many times. Cooper Lewis stole the shoes from Jackson Brousseau.
In some cultures, that's thievery.
I should say so. He
At
borrowed
Lehi, it's
them.
Brotherhood.
He permanently borrowed them from Jackson Brousseau, and I was able to confirm that, actually.
I still just don't know how he fits in them. It's like,
they're about half a size too big. He likes them.
I mean, you know how big Jackson Brousseau is. Like, come on.
He was like, hey, we're going to go to lunch where I go to school. I was like, well, I've got to take a loan first. Take him to lunch. This on the drive, couldn't get it out of bounds, and it'll be off of Orem and back down the floor. I actually texted before at halftime. I was like, hey, is he still wearing new shoes? He's like, yeah, he still has them. So I don't know if they're the ones on. He still has the shoes, though.
I'll tell you, a couple nice stops. You get a bucket here. You're back in that 7-6 range. Like, those first 3 quarters, you can almost wipe them off the board and be like, guys, we're in this thing. We can do this.
Brousseau sends out to Lewis. Asher Young with him. Cooper on the drive. Hangs, no. The board and stick there for Easton Hawkins.
Atta kid.
And it can hear the Canadian fans all excited. And, of course, every time we see the Hawkins boys play, we think of Tyler all the time, especially in state tournament time. He'd be texting us saying, hey, he's from Raymond, Alberta. Couldn't believe how many players in this state were connected to that community.
Yeah.
So we go down to 15 seconds. There's about a second difference in game clock and shot clock. Wesley hands back. Dastrup sends out. Felici. Oh, the 3 won't go. Tipped out, and the shot clock went. Quincy wants the possession. He wants the 1.8 possession before we go to the quarter. He wants one shot.
And I don't know if he'll get a second. I mean, they're going to put time on the clock, but
I'm normally fairly decent to toot my own horn. Toot, toot. To figure this out, they're going to put 1.7.
Less than a second.
So 0.7. And it's Lehi basketball, isn't it?
Should be.
Why isn't it Lehi basketball? I was saying it hit the...
But didn't Lehi have the basketball?
I was Vince saying it hit the rim.
Yeah, but Lehi had the basketball.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
As time
We're
out on the floor.
Confused.
We'll get it figured out. We'll come back. We won't discuss this on air. We did it on the intro. We'll do it during the break. We'll let you know what we talked about at the beginning of the fourth quarter. We head to the fourth. It's Orem 38, Lehi 31. You're watching the 5A quarterfinals. Start of the fourth quarter, Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart with you.
And we were getting clarification from Vince, but let me get something right. Vince is wrong. They called the travel, and I have that on good authority because I had an official who texted me. So take that, Vince.
This is why Kent Lutz is so important to this program. Without Kent, we don't have officials texting us as on the drive. Felicia can't get it.
Then Vince thinks he's right, and we've got no rebuttal. Like, we need officials.
Well, what happens is someone saying you don't know as Hawkins gets the charge. Wesley, they're saying Wesley was there, and the charge called here on Braxton Hawkins. Take a look at it. What they're going to say is that's eerily close to the Brousseau one that was not called on the other end of the floor. But they're going to say player control on that. So here's Felici on the drive. Oh, a little friendly fire there. The Hawkins brothers ran into each other, and it's a 9-point lead once again here for Orem. Along the baseline, Brousseau sends to the corner. 3 for Hawkins, no. Rebound taken by Orem. Here comes Felici. And it's fun to think of these Orem teams. Dane and I cut our teeth in broadcasting at Orem High School. Craig Cusick, Tanner Lamb, Timo Valimaki. I'm trying to think of Moore. I think it was the big post guy with the big afro.
Classic interviews. I mean, we really were like the official broadcast partner for Orem High School.
We were. There's a big 3 from Asher Young.
Scored in every quarter. Continues to make his mark. The junior, 13 points. Back to double figures.
And more recently, Taft Mitchell and so many others. The 3 there for Easton Hawkins. I know Perry Wildeboer is traveling back. The former head coach at Orem was in Florida on his way back. I asked him if he wanted to be part of the broadcast, but he's like, hey, Dustin, I'm out of state. So a 9-point game with 5:55 on a rolling clock in the fourth. Dastrup lost the handle, got it back. Tries to lob that ball in. Nice defense there from Easton Hawkins. Now on the run with Lewis. Here's Cooper back over to Brousseau. Grayson down the lane and hits.
Boy, I thought maybe could have had an and one there with the swipe, but I like Grayson seeing that lane open up. He's been an opportunistic kid. Attacks the rim, finishes.
And Jace DeVita is going to take a full timeout. Lehi down by 7. We'll be right back.
Okay. Yun ako malawa ng zoom akit sa pag-sit na nabi alawa kung ginudala.
5:27 left in the fourth quarter. 7-point game. And Orem continue to execute at a high level. Felici kissed it off the window. What a high degree of difficulty shot there, Felici.
That's the thing. I mean, it's like Orem, that's good defense by Lehi, right? And it's just a better made shot.
Brousseau sends to the corner. Work it around to Cooper Lewis. Guarded by Asher Young. The 3 won't go for Brousseau. And the rebound to Young. And Orem going to take some time here. These Golden Tigers.
What is the lowest seed in basketball to get to a semi? Was it AF last year at 11?
Yeah, I think so. Syracuse made it to the semis, did they not?
I thought they lost in
They did lose in the quarters. You're right. fire that ball on the baseline. Felici, they're saying Lewis went straight up. And then holding off on that jump ball. Jump ball possession belongs to Lehi. So either a shot clock violation or a jump ball.
But are you switching the arrow?
Well, I think that's the difference. Quincy Lewis said, I want a jump ball. And they're going to go alternate possession. If I was Quincy Lewis, I've been arguing, I want the jump ball. Please, and then you keep the arrow and get the possession.
Well, and I think it was a jump ball because they're blowing whistles as the shot clock is, sounding. So
good job by the officials. Oh, Cooper Lewis couldn't get it.
They are letting them play. I mean, bodies have been hitting the floor, and we've not had a lot of whistles in this ball game.
No. Blue zone around the rim. Yep. Red zone from midcourt to around the three-point line. It gets more blue the closer you get to the rim as far as contact would go. 60-second timeout. Let's learn more about Jazz camps and clinics. I want to remind you, it's almost Mission Call opening season. I want to thank Modern Missionary for partnering with us here on KSL Sports Rewind. If you got a missionary getting ready to go out in the field, let Modern Missionary get them outfitted. Go to modernmissionary.com and go register. And if you register your missionary, you'll get a free shirt and washable tie. As there's going to be a foul on Kai, and that's Kai Wesley.
Number 23, Kai Wesley, is third.
Number 3 on Wesley. As the 15th foul, they have 1 to give, which is kind of important in a 9-point game. Lehi could score with the clock stopped. So Brousseau hits Lewis on that little wraparound curl and gets it to go. Cooper Lewis is being recruited by a number of schools, including Ivy League schools. Smart kid.
And that's a nice job coming over there by Dastrup. Goes vertical. Yeah, there's lower contact, but he's got his space. It makes it a really tough finish for Cooper, but you see the junior able to score it. Nice job.
Felici up top, near side with Reynolds back to Young. Lance Reynolds III really hasn't asserted himself, hasn't had to offensively, as Brousseau going to pick up the foul. Take a look at that last Lewis bucket. Number 3 on Grayson. Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
If you call our football follow our football coverage, you know the LR3 chant. It is approved by Mama Reynolds. But he hasn't had to really get going offensively today. No. I talked about his first playoff game. I called it. It was at Bountiful. He hit 7 3-pointers in that game. And Whaley's last game at Bountiful. Shot clock down to 9. Felici straight away. Back rims to 3. Loose ball could not be saved by Kai Wesley. And we'll go back down the floor.
It's not my fault the basketball went there. It's not my fault they built the tunnel there. It's not my fault. Yeah?
I like it. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, no finger pistols here. Only when Ace Reiser hits threes the finger pistols come out. Is Varner off on the triple, the rebound to Asher Young.
Well, that would have been big.
There's still plenty of big moments left in this one with 2.5 left in the fourth quarter. These young Tigers looking to upset the Lehi Pioneers. Won the state championship 2 years ago when Noah Gonzalez. They knocked off Colin Chandler in the Farmington Phoenix. As we go baseline, that ball sent back up top. Felici in the corner to Dastrup. Dastrup to Reynolds. falling away and hits the three. Lance Reynolds, the third.
He hasn't had to contribute, but man, what a difficult shot from the corner.
That was Q Meza kind of three there. Lewis turns it over. And Reynolds will back things out as Orem has a stranglehold on this game with 1:45 left in the fourth. Wesley back up top to Young. And now the timeout to Jace Tavita. 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. The Tigers threatening to go to the semifinals. You're watching the 2023 5A quarterfinals on KSLSports.com.
Okay. Yun ako malawagan sa akin. Sa kapansit, nabi kung ginodala.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by.
And come back the other way quickly, and Hawkins going to draw the foul. And that's going to put Braxton at the line. And, I got to correct myself. We went through all the Orem Tigers I've talked about forever. Goose Kalunky knows. I still text or message with Goose. He runs a great baseball program, Raw Academy. Every once in a while, I'll send Goose some messages. Raider fans, Raider Nation, we stick together. And Papa Kalunky, I know he's out there too. Don't talk some more good smack in the game than Papa Kalunky. Moved here from North Carolina. Runs one of the largest AAU organizations in the nation. His Utah kids know how to hoop. And we've seen that this week. There's the free throws there for Hawkins. Still in striking distance here in a 8-point game with 1:25 left. Reynolds to Dastrup, now the Young. And they're going to play out this shot clock. Shot clock down to 15. Dastrup, now the foul there to Hawkins. And that's going to put Dastrup at, problem. That's only the 15th foul. So we're not shooting free throws yet. They have one to give. But the shot clock does reset to 35 seconds.
And now I think you got to foul pretty quickly.
Find that ball inside. Felici lays it up and in. We're looking for the shot. Got it anyway. 1 minute left, and that shot, Dane, might put Orem in the semifinals.
And you look at the bench. The coaches had their arms around each other. They know, boy, their group executed the perfect game plan today. Poor day shooting for Lehi. They had great looks, just couldn't find it to consistently drop. And Orem, how about the Tigers? My goodness.
How about it? And I'm sure, I have no doubt in my mind, they played our bracketology video a lot.
I'm sure they did.
We had a coach from Timpview who said, no, but we had some parents tell us about it.
I bet if we asked him, he'd be like, you bet I did.
You didn't say my name.
It was on repeat.
You talked about my assistant coach. You've called me Perry Wildeboer all year. He can go through the whole list of things. They're
you
all
said
true.
It's hard to beat Lehi once.
Trying to beat Quincy Lewis in that building.
Oh.
But how about...
You know what? All I ask for is a ring. If you're going to use it, I want a ring.
Just want credit.
I want a ring.
But, man, all the credit goes to Orem. I mean, this is a young crew. When we talk about Jace as a young coach, and I say that, but it was like 15 years ago. He's in his 30s. I act like he's like 22 years old, but it just feels that way. So remember him playing in high school.
Just one more thing I'll add, and I don't know, Dusty, you are the encyclopedia of Utah high school sports, but it was a 14-4 second quarter for Orem. Lehi just scored 4 points.
Wow. It's one of the lowest in Quincy's career, maybe since the 06 Lone Peak team, 05, 06 league.
When that was kind of taken out of there. No, that was a different team, right? But anyway, regardless, it's been just a tough offensive night.
Been tough, but I mean, it's really been Orem. It's a bucket there, 8-point game. Lehi still has 3 timeouts left. So let's say mathematically this game is not done. 38.7 left. Now, well, they just updated. Wow, we lost 2 that quickly. But 1 timeout left. Remember, the clock will not stop on a made basket. And the only way for Lehi to stop the clock will be to call that timeout and foul Orem. And they have one-on-one free throws coming up here for Orem on fouls. But can remind you, we'll be right back here with the girls' quarterfinals will begin next. And Amy Dorier is going to be in the on-deck circle. The head coach of American Fork and former head coach at Timpview. Don't know if she's bringing her Instagram crew with her. But there was the inbound. Going to put Dastrup at the line as that foul is given up by Lehi's number 13, Tanner Cook. So big free throws here for Dastrup. Remember, one-on-one free throws. As Dastrup has not been looking for his offense that much today. And rims out to the front end, so an opportunity for Lehi. Here comes Lewis. Pulls on the deep 3 and hits. Timeout, Quincy Lewis with 30 seconds left and a 2-possession game. Just like they drew it up.
Well, we saw some, I don't want to say celebration, but we saw some confidence on that Orem bench, and this thing, it's not over yet. Yeah. I was starting to write like obituaries, and yet here we go.
We're signing out, talking about great things and how much fun. And but it has been fun the last 2 days. This is game 12 between the last 2 days. We'll have 4 more with the girls' quarterfinals coming up. But Lehi hanging around here. A big shot there from Cooper Lewis. Is now the situation is foul. Preserve the clock. You have 2 more front-end one-on-ones and opportunities for Orem to close this game at the free throw line. But they got to make them. But they missed that front end of one-on-one, and there's run-outs again for Lehi. They got a chance here, Dane. So that's how you're trying to play it.
Yeah, and I think this is where, I mean, it's still a 2-possession game, right? But Orem's going to have to make free throws, and that's what it's going to come down to is the Tigers' ability to execute at the line. They've been pretty good at executing in key moments. At a table.
Again, another inverted whistle or inverted horn. I don't think the clock.
And Quincy's not very happy about that.
So Asher Young got that into Felici, and now the foul. And so walk up the floor. It'll be front end one-on-one here for Anthony Felici. And the foul goes to Anderson. So to the line, Anthony Felici. As his uncle Sengo watching this one as Felici calmly knocks down the front end of 1-1 and gets a second. And this makes it a 7-point game. That's a big free throw from Felici as far as the math goes here. Make it a 3-possession game.
I've got him over 20 today. And stalwart.
You start hearing the chee-hoos out there. As Lewis pulls on the 3, rims out a rebound to Dastrup, and Orem is going to move on to the semifinals. It'll be Orem and Timpview in the semifinals. Just like it was Orem and Timpview in the football finals, semifinals.
Shooting 2 shots will be Chance Dastra.
So Dastra back to the line and knocks down the first. So now we can start talking about, for sure, this Orem team moving on. They will play Friday. They'll play, I believe it'll be the early game on Friday. Well, early as far as 7 o'clock tip. And our boys' 5A semifinals will be set in about 20 seconds. It is up the floor with Cooper Lewis. And then go right to the rim. They concede the bucket. And there was one timeout left.
Yeah, so this is interesting because that scoreboard, I mean, there was. I don't know.
Well,
there aren't any now.
we can only go with the data reported. Said that before.
You know, we have a saying in my profession: garbage in, garbage out.
Okay. I thought you were going to hit the
And
way
I
back.
don't mean to say garbage at the table, but it's just sometimes to your point, right? Like you can only go based off of what you know. And the timeout.
Yeah, been all over.
Yeah.
All right, we'll step aside. We'll save Dana and I. 14.8 left. We'll be right back. .8 to go. In a 7-point game. No more timeouts left for Lehi. As Asher Young will trigger in as a drowning pool out there. Let the bodies hit the floor. And it'll be double bonus free throws as the foul will be charged to Lehi's number 3, Bryson Bromley. And that's going to bring Felici back down the floor for double bonus free throws.
Shooting 2 shots will be Anthony Palesi.
And Anthony calmly knocks down the first. And rolls in the second. So the 3 is there for Cooper. And it's a 6-point game. And Cooper Lewis had a good game offensively, but just was not enough, as we're going to still have a little more of a delay of the foul here to Lehi. And we'll walk back down the floor with 1.9 to go as Jace Tavita and the Orem community will be heard. And again, it'll be fun. Orem and Timpview on Friday. And let's see if we get to. This isn't a knock. A little more student section here for both those schools. Can it happen?
Come on up. It's going to be a great game, great rivalry. And tell you what, there's a lot to be excited about for Orem basketball. A lot to be excited about.
For years to come. As Tavita can feel it, and the free throw's good. And that will do it. Orem 58, Lehi 50. How about these boys from Orem High School? Double seed knocks off Lehi, one of the favorites. Both of us picked Lehi to win this game, and Orem is going to advance to take on Lehi in the semifinals.
Last year was my state champion going down in the quarterfinal. This year it's Dusty's going down in the quarterfinal at the hands of Orem. Man, what a win. They came out from the get-go, sent a message early, and boy, they delivered. Heck of a ball game.
Outstanding, and it just goes to prove you do not want us picking.
Yes,
But,
yep.
Again, Orem 58-50, so impressive. There's so many places to go to. But, Dane, your selection of a player of the game.
Anthony Falesi.
Yep.
Leading scorer, delivered throughout the game, hit timely shots. Loved what we saw from him today. He helps lift Orem over defending champion Lehi.
So impressive. Again, it is Orem 58, Lehi 50. The Orem Golden Tigers will take on Timpview in the semifinals on Friday, and you'll have that game right here on KSLSports.com. Congratulations to Lehi on a great year, but their season comes to an end at the hands of the Orem Tigers. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart and Preston the intern, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and for watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 2023 5A quarterfinals on KSLSports.com. Your home, your online home for championships.